thought I would change things up a bit and get on the highway and just show you what this little beast is capable of. Where do I want to go? Let's go straight. Oh, don't pull out in front of me, no! And you did. It's okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna curse and flip out and go and go tell you to roll down your window and discuss it like Leadpin does. I'm just joking. He's a good guy. But yeah, a lot of motovloggers, usually when something like that happens, they flip out and they start cursing, and then they're all just like, "Why'd you pull out in front of me? You didn't see me. Just because you blinked doesn't mean you can turn into my lane." But you know, coming from Yemen, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. You want to cut in front of me? No big deal. Life goes on. It's like normal, you know. And I kind of adapted to that type of mentality, and I brought it back here in the States, and I don't really get too uptight when something like that occurs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm afraid for my life. That's true and all, but not to the extent where I need to like curse and let everyone know about it and make a separate video for it and all that good stuff. And also, not too far from here, do you remember when the one guy, the tall African-American gentleman, screamed out, "Hey, Jew!" He called me a Jew and said, "Why you got that camera on top of your head?" Yeah, this happened here as well. Ah, it smells nasty. It smells like manure. Why does it smell like manure in the city? Ah, a nicer area. See, tall corporate buildings, corporate America. I wonder if we should go straight or should we go left? But you know, like in the another thing I also wanted to mention was just motovlogging in general. Like if you're trying to motovlog, a very good idea is to pick a good location to motovlog, because you know what, let's go left, because location really does matter, you know. Like obviously, like you don't want to talk, like if you know it's gonna be a boring topic, you don't want to go into like the back roads or curvy roads and just talk all day, because all I'm basically seeing is green trees and bushes and it's boring. So if you go to a place like this where there's something for them to see, it kind of makes the video a lot easier for them to watch and also listen to you talking the whole time. I think that's why Royal Jordanian's videos are very popular, you know, because in his videos he doesn't really say much, but his commute is so interesting because it's different than any other person's channel, because he's riding in London and it's heavy traffic and there's lane splitting, but in this state lane splitting is illegal. Yeah, so location is a very key important part. I know maybe I'm overthinking it, and a lot of you may be thinking, well, in my area so-and-so is so boring and there's not that many interesting places that are aesthetically pleasing to the eye. That exactly defines the place I live in, but I go out of my way to come to places like this where it's sort of somewhat interesting to look at. There's like buildings, and sometimes you'll see someone walk across the street, and I go out my way just to sort of kind of bring a different view for everyone. So every time I go out and record, I try to record a different place. Unless I'm motovlogging in like a foreign country, I usually try to go to the same exact spot every single time, because I don't want to risk going anywhere else, somewhere that I'm unfamiliar. Okay, so instead of making a left-hand turn, we're going straight this time. We're just going around in circles because the city is so small. Per hour is the speed limit here. Wow, look at this building. Isn't that beautiful, guys? So different, right? Wow, sophistication. Look at this. I kind of feel like I'm in Australia. Doesn't it just feel like Ronnie would just come out of these corporate buildings somewhere with his S1000RR? Another thing you should try to work on is your camera setup. Try your best to at least minimize all wind noise as best as you can, because there's nothing worse than opening up like a new MotoVlogger. I was like, oh cool, a new MotoVlogger. Let's see what's this guy all about. And it's like a bunch of wind noise, and it's very hard to see, and at the same time the camera's like slanted to the right a little bit, or the camera slanted to the left a little bit. I know it's hard, but you have to kind of go. You kind of have to go through a lot of trial and error in order to get it down packed. I can go left, right? Yes. Let's talk about intangibles. How to talk. That might be extremely difficult for some of you guys, because honestly, there's some MotoVloggers I try to check out, and then you know, I try to give everyone a chance. So if I come across someone that's new, I'll open up his videos and I'll just skim through all of them, and I'll sometimes force myself and sit there and listen to a whole MotoVlog, even if it's extremely hard to sit through it. MotoVlogging at first for some people is sometimes extremely difficult, because talking just in general, maybe they're not good at in terms of public speaking and whatnot. But the best advice I can give to those types of people, because at one point in time I was one of them, and even at this point I'm still learning a lot about myself and talking in front of a camera. One thing I noticed when I played back all my MotoVlogs, there's a lot of MotoVlogs that I went out there and recorded, but I ended up just not putting up because I sounded extremely stupid. For example, one thing I noticed about myself, I say a lot of and I say like too much. And also I say, you know, and you kind of have to listen to yourself over and over again. Oh, that was a dead bird. How sad. You kind of have to listen to yourself over and over again in order to work out your kinks in terms of what you need to say less of and more of. And over time, you will realize that, you know what, I do say this word too much. And so next time when you come up and try to MotoVlog, try to think back of you talking, listening to yourself, and say to yourself, wow, I definitely screwed that one up. I should say less of this word. For example, and like. What I try to do is stay like quiet and silent, and it's so hard to do, you know, because, see, I said you know again. Nice, this guy's in a Harley. Totally ruined my train of thought there, buddy. Your loud exhaust having. You ruined my MotoVlog. Go right ahead there, buddy. Thank you. Yep, backfire, loud exhaust. Go ahead and take it easy. You know what? This MotoVlog's over. I quit MotoVlogging. The 644 Honda got recognized. I was really thinking about not doing this, but he just totally ruined the mood. I'm done. I'm over. I'm done with it. And he's scabbing the split tag, which I can't even do. This MotoVlog is over. The race or what? Let's race, buddy. Harley versus Gixxer. Let's do it. Ready, set, go. You gotta cut in front of me and ruin this brotherly love that's going